When Lewis Hamilton committed to Ferrari for the 2025 season, he wasn't just joining a team, he was placing an immense wager on a culture. A seven-time world champion doesn't simply move for a change of scenery, he seeks an environment capable of delivering an eighth title. And for years, Ferrari's Achilles heel had been its operational execution, particularly in the pit lane. The data from previous seasons, littered with costly milliseconds, spoke volumes. But this year, under the strategic guidance of team principal Fred Vasseur and sporting director Diego Ioverno, Ferrari has undertaken a quiet revolution. They've transformed their pit stops into a formidable weapon, consistently topping the charts. In fact, in 8 out of the first 10 races of 2025, Ferrari has recorded the fastest pit stop, with their quickest being a lightning-fast 2.0 seconds in Saudi Arabia and Monaco. This wasn't merely about shaving tenths. It was about laying a foundation of trust, proving to Lewis Hamilton that the Scuderia is finally operating at the championship-winning standard he demands. This remarkable turnaround in Ferrari's pit lane performance isn't a fluke. It's the result of a meticulously engineered process, treated with the same precision as a car's aerodynamic upgrade. Fred Vasseur and Diego Ioverno understood that to truly win over Lewis Hamilton, they needed to demonstrate an unwavering commitment to reliability and consistency. This meant a complete overhaul of their pit stop methodology. They didn't just drill for speed, they implemented rigorous training regimes, simulating high-pressure race scenarios and even rotating crew members. The objective of this rotation wasn't to manage fatigue, but to build a robust system where every mechanic, regardless of their specific role on a given Sunday, could perform at the highest level without a drop in efficiency. They've focused intensely on the small critical details. The precise calibration of tyre guns, the seamless synchronization of jacking up and lowering the car, and the instant, decisive release of the driver. This holistic approach has transformed Ferrari's pit stops from a potential liability into a significant competitive advantage, signaling to Hamilton that the chaotic, unpredictable days are firmly in the past. For a driver of Lewis Hamilton's caliber, who has experienced championship dreams unravel due to mishandled pit stops or questionable strategic calls, the pit lane has historically been a zone of intense vulnerability. The moments he surrenders control to his team are where past scars resurface, where every millisecond feels amplified. This season, however, something fundamental has shifted. We're seeing a visible change in Hamilton's demeanour when he dives into the box. There's an absence of the subtle anxiety, replaced by an evident calm and an almost instinctive rhythm. His radio communications reflect this newfound confidence. The hurried, questioning tones of previous years are gone, replaced by a composed expectation. He's no longer hoping for a good stop, he's anticipating it. This evolving relationship isn't just psychological. It directly impacts his on-track performance. Knowing that the pit wall has his back allows Hamilton to push harder, to execute more aggressive undercut strategies, and to approach safety car periods with a tactical clarity that only comes from absolute certainty in his team's operational prowess. The impact of Ferrari's pit stop transformation extends far beyond just securing the DHL Fastest Pit Stop award. It's fundamentally reshaping their race strategy and, crucially, building a collective title mindset within the Scuderia. When Lewis Hamilton knows he can rely on consistent sub-3 second stops, their fastest this season being 2.0 seconds, it opens up an entirely new dimension of strategic possibilities. He can push his tyres harder, knowing an efficient stop will minimize lost track position. He can attack an undercut with supreme confidence, understanding the crew will deliver him into clear air. This predictability gives him the freedom to focus solely on his driving, on extracting every last tenth from the car, rather than managing the external variables of a chaotic pit stop. It's this consistent, repeatable excellence that builds the bedrock of a championship challenge. While the headlines often focus on engine upgrades and aero developments, the truth is the foundation for a title is often laid in the quiet, precise moments of operational execution. One perfect tyre change at a time. What we are witnessing at Ferrari isn't just an operational improvement, it's a cultural renaissance, meticulously orchestrated by Fred Vasseur. For too long, the Scuderia has been characterized by its reactive nature, its post-race apologies, and promises that rarely materialized. But in 2025, that narrative has been rewritten. There are no more excuses, just quiet, sharp execution. The calmness and composure of their pit stops are a direct reflection of a philosophical shift from instinctive chaos to structured excellence. While Lewis Hamilton hasn't yet stood on the podium in red, though Charles Leclerc has secured 3 podium finishes for Ferrari this season, every flawless pit stop brings that moment closer. This isn't about promising a miracle car from day one, but rather establishing a system that works, one that builds consistent output. Hamilton, having helped forge a dominant system at Mercedes, recognizes this process. He isn't seeing perfection in Maranello yet, but he's undoubtedly sensing immense potential. A team steadily learning how to win again, not through individual heroics, but through robust, repeatable processes. Lewis Hamilton's legacy isn't solely defined by his on-track brilliance. It's also about his unique ability to galvanize and connect with a team. In 2025, that crucial bond is silently strengthening within the Ferrari garage. Each perfectly executed pit stop doesn't just build trust in the machine, it builds human connection. The mechanics, once perhaps burdened by the pressure of serving a 7-time world champion, are now rising to the occasion, empowered by Hamilton's evident belief in them. You can see it in his posture. The tension that marked his later years at Mercedes has dissipated. He walks into the garage not as a frustrated veteran, but as a driver who truly believes in the collective effort. This synergy isn't built on slogans or grand pronouncements. It's forged in milliseconds, in the precise click of a wheel gun, in the seamless choreography of a tyre change, and in the mutual respect that flows between driver and crew. This emotional alignment is arguably the final critical ingredient that Ferrari has been lacking for years, setting the stage for what could become a formidable and lasting era of success. The world often craves the dramatic fireworks of overtakes and last-lap heroics. But what truly underpins championship victories is the relentless pursuit of perfection in the unseen moments. No one cheers for the precisely calibrated torque wrench or the lollipop lifted at the exact millisecond, yet these are the details that separate winners from contenders. This methodical, quiet, and relentless work behind the scenes is precisely what Ferrari is now giving Lewis Hamilton. It's a foundation that doesn't crack under pressure, built on reliability and preparation rather than fleeting brilliance. When that inevitable moment arrives, and Lewis Hamilton steps onto the podium in scarlet for the first time, it won't be a stroke of luck or a chaotic race. It will be the powerful confirmation that all these seemingly small, disciplined changes have accumulated into something enormous: the re-establishment of trust. This wasn't just a driver transfer, it was a profound mission to rebuild a legendary team, one flawless pit stop at a time, preparing for a future that Lewis Hamilton can finally truly believe in.